Hey everybody, this is your favorite administrator again, SSJ. I already did part one of Behind the Scenes, Sponge Bunny Mania, with the 10th anniversary coming up, so I thought I'd show you part two. And this time we'll actually go through my notes that I have saved up through probably the past couple years. Um, so I'll just go down here. We do have on the forums some game shows that I or maybe a few other members will take part of or create or host. So I host Password Plus and Wheel of Fortune, and you'll see all these words that I have done in the past or phrases. This is how the layout is all the way down. This is all the Wheel of Fortune stats that have been accumulated past, however many months I've been doing it. It's been about, I believe, 26 games. Now, there is not a rumor, but there is a little complaint that DMAP has dominated Wheel of Fortune because she might know the answers beforehand. That is not true. Nobody knows the words except for me. It just happens she's extremely lucky, but she also has a vast knowledge of SpongeBob. So if you want to beat her, you better brush up and study up on your SpongeBob trivia, history, or anything about the show. Now, these are all the words and phrases that I've used back, several months of Wheel of Fortune. I didn't really start the bonus round until probably a month, maybe a month and a half ago. It's just kind of something fun and extra to do besides the 4 rounds. Unfortunately, these are the new words that I'll come up with. Unfortunately, I don't have any right now because the next couple weekends I'm actually busy. And this is as of February 23rd. So probably at the beginning of March we'll have another Wheel of Fortune. I believe that will be probably March 8th. Now these are all the new characters that will go into the system, into the site that I'll put in. I'll tag the pictures and then I will put in the information about the character. If anybody who voices the character doesn't happen to be in the cast and crew, just say Chris Elliott. He may or may not at this moment be in the cast and crew page. I will look up his information. I will put it into the system and then I will save it. Now these, you can probably tell all of these are season 8 characters. I've gotten just about everybody that I wanted to in the past 7 seasons. As soon as I'm done with season 8 and season 9, which I'll do after season 8, I'll go back one more time, all the way starting back from season 1, watch each episode, make sure I have everybody. And so, yeah, it'll take me a while. These are just a little extra notes that I put into this page. It's not all just about new characters. There's some songs that I thought might have been in the credits, but they're not. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in or not. Just a few extra things that I might or might not put into the site. Definitely will put in how Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy met. I think that's an awesome story, especially in the episode Mermaid Man Begins, sorry. All these will be put into a thread on the forums. It's just little notes I've been put in throughout the DVD seasons that I've been watching. I do watch all the seasons on the DVD. I don't watch them anywhere else. I'll wait for maybe season 9 to come out, or I might try to find a decent upload for it. Otherwise, I can totally wait for season 9 DVD to come out for my notes and all the characters and everything that I can get through. More notes for season 8. I'm not quite done at this moment. I have about probably 1 or 2 more discs of season 8 DVD to go. So it'll probably, I can get through a disc, within a day if I wanted to, but I can't sit there for 3 hours watching all these episodes. So I might space them out into maybe within a week if I have the mentality of just sitting there. I have to be in the mood for it. Next one is all the interview questions that we've asked or that we want to ask in the future of any of the SpongeBob staff that works on the show. This is going to be new drawings that I would like to draw myself. I'm trying to get more into drawing. I'm not the greatest artist. I wouldn't say I'm horrible at it, but I'm not great. I probably wouldn't put this stuff on DeviantArt, at least right now, until I can make maybe a better version of these. Now, these are all the notes that I've, besides the new characters note, I've got a lot of nicknames that I can go through. All of these season 1 through season 8 nicknames of SpongeBob, and I'll update it, as I watch an episode and see what it is, see if I recognize any nicknames. Same with Sandy, and there's Squidward, Plankton, and I have Patrick. You can see there's a lot of SpongeBob nicknames. Not as many as everybody. Not everybody else has as many as SpongeBob. And all a bunch of locations that I'm currently trying to work on. There are a lot of locations throughout the series. Let's just take Atlantis SquarePants for an example. I would, with the museum at the beginning of the episode, and then they go to Atlantis in the middle of the episode, I would write down a few notes of that place. Like the admission for Tuesday at the museum is free. And Wednesday through Monday, it's $3 each. The weaponry at the Atlantis place, I would write down what I saw as far as weaponry. Hall of Arts, I would go back into the episode as I was inputting these locations onto the site and just kind of go into more detail with them. I would do that for all of these, just like Deadeye Gulch, Best of the West episode. Got all these places, so I would definitely put more detail into this one. The one that would probably have the most detail between probably SpongeBob's house and the Krusty Krab. And you'll find out later why I say the Krusty Krab. These are all the special events that have happened throughout the series. Talent show at the very beginning. I believe that is the first event that ever happened. If I'm wrong, I'll relook at it again as I go through back to season 1. Anyway, it goes all the way down. There's not a lot of events, but as you can see, like with SpongeBob's house party, I was very detailed with this. What specific time this thing happens and what it is. Anyway, so there's that, and then there's a bunch of time cards I'm keeping track of so I can put it into the site later, or we can tag them. All of these, the Galley Grub is where all the menu choices are throughout the series. They do change, if you have noticed. If you haven't, that's fine. You can always, take a look on the site where it is. I think Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy 5 probably was the most detailed menu. And then you actually use the same menu of that episode into another one, if I can find that. And I guess I can't. because I'm going too fast. It is okay with Krusty Krab training video. There's the menu right there. They do use that same episode, the same menu in All That Glitters, so they do reuse these menus. Like with drive-through, is definitely a different look for the menu. Actually, a couple of different looks. I'll try to go into more detail with that if I can. If not, I'll just have pictures on there. There's Plankton nicknames, Patrick nicknames. The description of the Krusty Krab. This is probably the most detailed page that will be on the site. It is a continuing process, probably since at least 6 months ago. Probably even longer than that. I have a bunch of notes. I'll go into great detail of the uniforms throughout all these episodes. I'll go into the different names, like from the episode. I can't even think of the episode anymore, but anyway. Bossy Boots is that episode. So I'll go through and maybe put pictures of all those names. Anyway, so there's that. There's the training description right here that I'll go through. Description of the Krusty Krab inside and out, when it originated. All of this right here I will put into that page. It is going to be extremely long. I am not sure how I'm going to get it done or when it's going to be done. I honestly don't think I can retire until I get that done. At least that. And this is the first time you are hearing me say that. It's not, final yet, but that is definitely something I plan on finishing. At least before I die. Or at least before the show is over. Just for, future reference, I would definitely keep the site up and keep that. Orders of the Krusty Krab. There's a bunch of them, bunch of different ones. All the way through season 8 so far. This one, you don't have to worry about. That's just something personal of mine. There's a bunch of nostalgia topics that, I like to keep track of with, the past 10 years. All of these are on the forums. I am currently going back in time and searching for some of the best threads that are about me that y'all have created. I kind of like that one. I like Let's Be Mean to Me. I totally don't care, but, the Krusty Krab formula, there's the real formula, a bunch of different mentions of the name. I'll put in, I might put in that into the page. Bunch of nicknames from Mr. Krabs. These are a bunch of projects I've had that are continuing. Krusty Krab is, apparently I have this plan to get done by the 10th anniversary. Same with Krabby Patty formula and a look back. This one is actually really easy to do and finish because I can actually do that with a nostalgia page. Krabby Patty formula, a bunch of pictures will probably, and a bunch of details will go into that, but this will be my biggest project of all. House tours can probably be done, probably around the anniversary, maybe not before, but I will definitely try my best. Okay, so here's the wrong formula. I showed you the Krabby Patty real formula. These are all the mentions of the wrong formula. It's just of Plankton, either reading or SpongeBob saying the wrong formula. If you ever had a shoe as, a meal, I'm sorry. This is the podcast episode. I kind of wrote it all down, and then I kind of made notes of where to put what. This is the interview that I had. That actually my first interview. This is still my favorite. I plan on having more interviews in the future. Same with all the other staff. So here's podcast number 2 that was released this past Christmas. This is just I wrote it down and wrote notes in it, and then I gave it to Avenue 317, and he made the edits where he could. Anyway, so that's all my notes. There are a few notes that I actually deleted, probably within the past few months, only because I got done with them and I didn't really want to see them again. But I do try to save all the notes that I can. You see that first note that I've ever saved. There are actually none before this. So the first one I actually ever saved was in November 2012, and I've been working on all of these ever since. And so I am continuing this. Stay tuned for part 3, and I will probably show you behind the scenes of the forums and the site.